Dear Boomers, today I am going to discuss the quantum power, art, and science of manifestation as taught by Jean Houston. So today we will dive into this. One of the most profound teachings of Jean Houston, the art and science of manifestation. She talks a lot about the quantum fields, which we have talked about on this channel quite a lot. It's not about wishful thinking. It's about awakening to the truth that you are not separate from the universe. You are the universe in miniature, a conscious participant in its ongoing creation. Please subscribe to the channel, and Dear Boomers community link will be in the description. The mystics have known this for centuries, and quantum physics is beginning to confirm our perception literally shapes reality. Change the way you see the world, and the world reflects that change back to you, which is why I have to cut out the news, and I will do that. So, we are all dreaming together. In Buddhist teaching, this is called interdependent co-arising. You and the universe are in partnership, dreaming each other into being. Our creative imagination is divine. It is the place where the universe imagines itself through us. At every moment, you and I are shaping possibility into form. We are shaping possibility into form. Think of William James, the young philosopher who in despair wagered that he would act for 1 month as if the universe was full of meaning. That wager transformed him, and we can all do that. He emerged not as a victim of despair, but as the father of modern psychology. Or Ella, Jean Houston's student, who carried her own rain cloud, like the old cartoon in Little Abner. Her bad luck was not out there, but it was within. By shifting her perception and retraining her imagination, Ella went from a repellent presence to a radiant beacon of joy. Awesome. A radiant beacon of joy. That is what gratitude is all about. Now, before we manifest, we must clean up our act. This is called inner hygiene. Have you ever had a lucid dream? That moment that you realize, this is a dream and I can shape it. Reality works the same way, and much the same way, let's say. Every time you catch yourself spiraling into negative expectations, pause and say this: I'm in the wrong dream. I will choose again. And this is what we can do, not only with the dreams that we dream, but the life is a dream as well. And this is what we can do when we are in our daily reality. Joel, a lawyer, once complained, don't tell me to think positive thoughts. They're boring. But when he allowed himself to imagine the thrill of flying a small plane, his whole inner vocabulary shifted. Negative gave way to passion and poetry. Lucidity is catching yourself in the dream of negativity and redirecting your imagination toward a more vivid, more creative alternative. Is this what we need to hear today? I think we do. So, the Terma practice is planting hidden treasures in time. One of the most powerful practices that Dr. Houston shares is drawn from Tibetan mysticism, the Terma. Imagine yourself holding a ball of energy, your intention, your dream, your purpose, and you make it vivid. You feel its texture, you feel its weight, and you feel its vitality. Then you place it in your past. You hide it in the ground of memory. Next, you create it again, and you place it in your future. New streams of energy flow from both directions, past and future. which meet you in the present. Your intention is nourished from both sides of time. And you're surrounded by positive images of what is possible. Now, this practice teaches us that time is simultaneous. The past, present, and future are not separate. They exist together in the eternal now. Now, let's discuss parallel worlds and quantum choice. Beyond the simultaneous nature of time is the possibility of parallel worlds. Imagine there is a version of you who has already healed, has already succeeded, already embodied your deepest calling. By aligning with that self, you draw probabilities across the dimensional membrane into your present life. One student of Jean Houston, who was suffering from Lyme disease, entered through guided imagination into a parallel world where the body's intelligence was honored. By bringing back that awareness, her immune system responded and her healing accelerated. Now, this is the real lesson. We are not stuck in a single timeline. By shifting our focus, we engage other versions of reality and invite them into being. Now, next section is about imagination to the imaginal. So there's a difference between imagination and the imaginal. Imagination rearranges what we already know. The imaginal taps directly into the creative source of the universe. Mozart, Shakespeare, Hildegard of Bingen, they didn't just imagine, they tapped the imaginal field. Now, how do we enter this field? We develop 4 levels of engagement. First, the sensory level. Taste, touch, smell, hear, and see your intention as vividly as possible. The physiological level. Call upon other aspects of yourself, your personas, to embody the task. Perhaps the dancer in you, perhaps the healer or the cook. And then the mythic level. Live as a hero in your great adventure. And you can invoke archetypes as you do this. Athena for wisdom, Merlin for magic, Kuan Yin for compassion. And then there's the spiritual level. Pearl. Enter the one mind, the place of luminous love, where you and the divine are one taste, like water poured into water. Pearl. Relax, Pearl. By building these inner structures, your imagination evolves into the imaginal realm, the true source of manifestation. So let's now talk about practical manifestation. Let us practice. Choose a desire that is moral, creative, and uplifting. You have to imagine this fully, not vaguely, but with sensory richness. Place it in the past, place it in the present, and place it in the future. Now, we invite the quantum field to participate. Say this or something better. This or something better. Dance it, sing it, embody it until you feel the feeling tone, that inner click that says, "It is so." Synchronicities will begin to unfold. Opportunities and people and resources will appear. What was once improbable becomes probable and then inevitable. So this is a lot to absorb, and we may actually discuss all of this in the Dear Boomers Cafe. The universe is dreaming itself awake through you. You are the painter and the canvas, and that is reality itself. When you move from imagination into the imaginal, when you practice inner hygiene, and when you plant thermos in time, and when you live mythically and spiritually, You step into your role as a conscious co-creator. The human heart can indeed go to the lengths of God. May you rise into your higher calling, manifesting not just for yourself, but for the healing of the world. Love to all. Bye-bye.